I can feel the breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to appear. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, and if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend, Mike, he's your man. Then he's going to tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide.
And good morning, what's up everybody? We got the music back. We are mobile, not Mobile, Alabama. We're mobile in Florida. So let's kick the camera. There's my ugly mug. I'm in full camping mode here, no shave in a week. I'm gonna have more gray hair because of the tropics this week, that's for sure. Wasn't planning on doing this. Never trust a weather guy. I posted like last week, the tropics look good. We're going camping. Guess what? We're watching tropics. So we'll let Facebook takes a while to let everybody know that we're live. So we'll say hello and chit chat for a minute or two, then we'll get right into the tropics. A lot of stress out there, a lot of unaware out there as we enter holiday weekend. I guarantee, if I went up and down the campsite here, I bet you half the people have no idea that we have a potential tropical storm hurricane coming towards Florida Monday, Tuesday next week. So that's what we're going to talk about, all the possibilities. So yeah, crazy, huh? All right, so this is current satellite on weathernerds.org, by the way. Barbados is getting the brunt of it right now, and I saw Dennis Phillips posted that they had a 100-mile-an-hour wind gust about an hour ago. So they've upgraded this to now hurricane. It is now a hurricane. It was never expected to be a hurricane. Now it's a hurricane. So what's that mean? Well, we're going to talk about that. So, all right. So real quick, who am I? I'm just an average Joe blogger. Nothing official on our site. I have to do the disclaimer. So always trust the National Weather Service or National Hurricane Center for your most official forecast. I am just a drunk donkey blogger. Alright, so let's say some highs to everybody. Good morning from Carrie from the hospital bed. That's not good. Chris King, permanent home resort at Canopy Oaks. I will share all my awesome experiences. They even did a craft thing yesterday. Oh, it's outside. They did stuff for the kids, man. So as always, big shout out to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, located here in Florida. They sponsor Drunk Donkey Nation and Mike's Weather Page. Definitely a place to go in Florida if you want to stock up for Elsa, the official hurricane supply store for adults. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Big thanks to those guys and girls. They definitely support us a lot. So. Holy cow! All right, we're inching up to 4,000 or 5,000 people. All right, so we have a lot of fans down in the Lesser Antilles. So let's talk about that real quick. So what's going on? So we got hurricane warnings are up for Barbados and the islands here. That was kind of a surprise. So hurricane warnings are up, and that's happening now. So big changes in the forecast coming. So we're expected to see a hurricane all the way up until tomorrow, and the big question still remains land interaction with Cuba and Hispaniola. That has always been the case. BOGO land question marks. If this thing stands to go south, which some of the modeling is, then we're going to have a stronger system getting close to Jamaica. I told everybody last night in Jamaica I'd be watching close, just because any surprise wiggle wobble might put this closer to you guys. Remember, this is all changing. Fast moving system. This thing's going 28 miles an hour. So sometimes the center of circulation, and it will outrace, or the mid levels will outrace the lower level, and we might get a new center. So nothing's 100%, and the NHC keeps stressing that this is higher than normal uncertainty past here probably. So all this remains big question marks, and that's where I live, so I'm very interested. So we'll get a new track update 11. We'll see what they say. A lot of it's all going to come down to land interaction. So this is the latest and greatest, 8 a.m., 75 mile an hour. Let me show you some other stuff. I'm going to close windows. Here's the latest. All right, let's see if they got updated. This is where we do the drum roll for tropical tidbits, because it always updates about 9:30, right? These are your 6Z models. We're going to refresh. We didn't get them yet. Still 6Z, but we'll leave these up anyways. So we have fresh models coming out pretty soon. These are your latest. So look at that. Classic turn coming. We got high pressure system, very strong high pressure system. In fact, let's take a look at that. Very, very strong high pressure system out there right now. And you can see it well right here. This is fast moving clockwise, upper mid-level winds mainly. And this is accelerating our system eastward. Upper level winds actually push Elsa eastward. So definitely wasn't expected to be intensifying this quick. You can just look at it and tell that it's got structure, it's got vorticity. When we talk about vorticity, we look at all levels of the atmosphere, and you can definitely see it very well on our Knoll School site here. We love this site for winds, but you can check this out. This is surface winds, really whipping here just south of Barbados, but those are the heaviest winds. These are your surface winds. Your 850 winds are, still kind of not even closed off 100% yet. There's your 700 millibar tick to the north, 500 millibar, really close. This thing is very well stacked already. So even though it's hauling ass, when you have a really stacked system, it's going to intensify. Alright, so let's go back to this. So what's going to happen down the road? Let's talk about that. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen down the road. So here's what's going to happen down the road. Cold front coming over the weekend. Cold front. Yes, cold front in July. Can you believe it? This thing's moving so fast, it's not going to stop on a dime. It's not going to curve, a hard right turn. It's going to slow down. Once we start to see the slowdown occurring, it's going to start feeling this front. There's going to be an opening. This is going to start turning to the north, and then it's going to do the classic bend out to sea northeast. Frontal boundary comes in, weakens up the high pressure system. High pressure system, weakens a little bit. And this thing rides around the edges of the high pressure system, as they do, and heads it very close to Florida and southeast coast, for all that matters. It's not just a Florida storm. We got to talk about that. Alright, so that's the big picture. Makes sense, really does make sense. If we didn't have this cold front coming, sometimes this high pressure would remain, be a little bit stronger, and we would see more of a west track, this time of year. But because that cold front's coming, it's breaking down our high, allowing this classic late season turn into Florida. Florida, Sunday night. The Keys can experience tropical storm force winds Sunday night. And this thing's pretty big. I will do a measurement test. It was 300 miles yesterday. So we'll see how big it is. It's going to intensify. So we're going to go into all the models. Bear with me. We're going to look at all the ensembles. We're going to look at all the what ifs. I do that, so you got to be patient. Hey, Sagar. New spaghetti models are out. Look at this. Drum roll. Haven't been updated yet on Levi's site. Everybody gets them a little different. Let me see F5. Maybe sometimes it'll pop up. No. So nothing yet. Any second. We'll just leave this up here because then we'll see a shift. As a matter of fact, let's this will be kind of neat. What we'll do here is I'll leave that model up, and then we can compare the two once they get updated to the 12Z. So there's 6Z, 6Z. All right, so we'll leave this 6Z up, and then when the 12Z comes up, we'll see if there's any shifts. All right, so very, very, very solid tracks for the last several days. The big question mark has been this. All right, the European model. Eric, I haven't even checked high tides yet. That's a good point. Whitney Nicole, how you doing? Stanley Cup game, interesting. What's up with the Euro, Greg? I only see 3 comments at a time. These are what I see. John, I see 4 right now. So I'm not rude, trust me. I can't, with 1 million followers, I can't respond as much as I would love to. I have to keep my brain focused on whatever I'm focused on. Zulu time, Kristen, is so hard. So listen, go to my site here, Zulu time. I got a cheat sheet here, right here. Look, I got a cheat sheet. I use it all the time. So you click up here, and there's a conversion map, which is amazing. And you can get your Eastern time conversion for Zulu time. And I still use it all the time. You'd think I'd be able to remember. Yeah, we got some supporters. Hey, Eric. So there's Zulu. Yeah. Hey, thanks by the way, all the Facebook supporters. We've got an amazing community here. Last year we really got it rocking, and we got a lot of extra perks. And I try to do a little more for the supporters. Shelly manages a great community side message board. So if you want to help the page and be a bigger part of weather and join a cool weather community of people, then make sure you sign up to be a supporter, and you get a lot of neat perks if you're a weather geek like all of us are. All right, so here's your timing again. Let's go back to timing. Timing of models. Sunday PM. Look, now somebody had a great question earlier today. Why is this different than the NHC? Well, this is expected winds. So our system could still technically be way down here on Sunday, but because of the nature of our system, 300 miles wide, we'll start to see tropical storm force winds. So this isn't the center. This is just a timing of when you can start to see conditions go downhill. So if you got boating, if you got boats that need to be moored, sailboats, down the Keys, look at it. Sunday 8 p.m. That's when we could start getting tropical storm force winds. And this is all based on the current forecast. If this thing maintains hurricane strength, does not hit the islands, this could be bumped up a tick more, maybe a little earlier. So living in the South Florida, regardless tropical storm hurricane, I would be doing your preps. That's holiday weekend. That's 2 days from now. You got to be on alert there. All right, so let me show you all the. I had this up too. Let me sip some coffee and put this. This is Barbados radar, by the way. Let me leave this up here for you for a second. Shelly, hey, what's up? Shelly, you've been with us a long time. You're like our original Key West girl. High tides are 6, 7 a.m. That's not good. Monday, Tuesday. Extra fenders. Hey, Boaters Planet. What's up? Yeah, I've never learned the crisscross thing. I don't dock my boat very well. It's a bitch. Hey, Agua, how's it going? Outer Banks, definitely. Listen, Outer Banks, we're going to talk about this. But this thing does a crossover. We're going to be feeling the effects of Elsa. East Coast, very likely you're going to feel effects as this does the classic northeast turn through the state, if it pans out that way. So this is live radar from Barbados. There you go. Big squall lines developing. All right, another thing I want to show you real quick. The hurricane hunters are out there. We actually have a friend of ours that's a big weather fan here on the page. Is out there flying. Maybe he'll post a picture. I'm not going to share his name, but if he shares anything, I share it. But he said he posted in our chat room yesterday that he's flying in the storm. So anyway, if you can follow along, I got the links on the site. This is on Tropical Tidbits. There's a lot of good places to follow it. But here, this is the latest, by the way. I'm just looking at it. But they you know, there's Barbados islands. You know, here's your islands. So they got the center well southwest of the big winds, but really got some big winds. Purple. Where's our cheat sheet at? We don't even have our cheat sheet. Didn't pop on this graphic. Well, purple not. So let me go back to the page here. We can go to the actual Recon page and take a look here. Recon. So you know, flight level 64 to 83. Could be a little stronger than what they were expecting. The pressure though is tricky because 1,004 pressure, very odd if you think about it. 1,004 typically is not a hurricane, so that's kind of why they got away from the Saffir-Simpson scale using pressure, because pressure doesn't always tell the story. Sandy, you know, good example. Category 1, Category 2 storms produce a lot of surge sometimes. So this is tricky. 1,004 pressure, but look, we got winds showing up well over hurricane strength, sustained. So we'll see what they say. We'll have a new update at 11, but they are flying up there. All right. So I got the wrong damn graphic up there too. I got to fix that. All right, here's your 12Z. Somebody said the 12Zs are out. So here's your 6Z. Now let's refresh. Here's the 12Z. Boom, there's your 12Z. All right. So let me go. This is cool. We've never done this. Yeah, by the way, storm prep. Let me tell you all something real quick. So, man, definitely holiday weekend. Today's Friday. Anybody in Florida, I'm not creating panic. Just common sense. Fill up all your gas tanks. Fill up your cars. I mean, just beat the rush. You're going to use the gas anyways. I really don't think that the word is out that we have a potential system coming to Florida as much as I've seen in the past. So, you know, beat the rush, get your water, all that good stuff. I mean, you know, common sense, man. Just beat the rush and be ready. There'll be mass panic once, you know, once word gets out, and you don't want to be left out. So, and you can still get your stuff from Amazon. You know, a couple things. Let me show you real quick because this is important to me to share. Let me go to my Amazon page. But there are a couple things I highly recommend that I buy a lot. So one of them is this little guy. Let's see if it comes in. It's a little red crank radio that I love it. Let's see if it comes in. That's the same one as this blue guy. It's only 20 bucks. I can get it Tuesday, but you got to click Prime. Oh, look at this. A lot of them. Well, that's because I'm in the sticks. So sorry, Lake Wales, you're not going to get one-day shipping because it knows my zip code right now. But this is the guy I love. This little blue guy. There's a red one. It's got solar power, so it can charge. It's got a power bank. It's got all your AM, FM. It's got no weather radio. You know, a flashlight. So incredible. You got to have it. I love it. 20 bucks. The other thing you need to get for sure is a 12-volt inverter. A lot of people don't even know about these things. I got to share it real quick because people really thank us for it. But these little 12-volt inverters right here, you can plug them into your car cigarette lighter and get 110 volt outlets. Now it's only 300 watt. You can't put a hair dryer. I always joke you shouldn't be worried about your hair dryer in the middle of a hurricane. But it is very important to have something like this because you need to charge cell phones and batteries. Huge to have because if you lose power and don't have a generator, you can at least go and get some power if you need to. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is an extra battery pack, because these are huge. Port valve battery I just posted. These little power banks are very important. Now I always tell people tricks. All right, so this one's 10,000 milliamps. This one's 30,000 milliamps. Always get the most amount of milliamps. Milliamps is huge. 30,000 milliamps means that you could probably charge your phones 5 times. If you buy a little bitty weeny little guy, it's got like 600 milliamp. It won't even charge one charge. So get something like this and have it. All right, so back to the models. Sorry. All right, so here's your 6Z. Let me just sip coffee and slow down. I'm sure everybody's bitching. Where's down? You're going to talk about tropics. We ramble on a lot. Shelly's got all the tide information. That's great. Laptop's a good point, Tony. Storm surge. Hey, good point, Virginia. Storm surge is very tricky. They say the storm surge is the most hardest thing to predict because it's so relevant on exact path. Storm tide, what I learned here in Pinellas County, is even a bigger issue because storm surge does not add storm tides. Tides on top of surge really magnifies it another couple feet sometimes. So Susan, yeah, we'll post those 3 items. That's a great idea. We'll definitely post those. Somebody just texted me, ABC's out of stock over here, none in the county. Damn it. Well, get on them, tell them, Ron Hagen. Yeah, we got 12Z. All right, so here's 6C. All right, let's see if there's any trends. All right, from here on out, it's models. All right, so there's that expected turn. Now note the core of the system. That's 6Z. Let's go to 12Z. Here's your 12Z. So let me go back. 6, 12, 6, 12. If anything, we just have a little bit more shift eastward. Just a tick. Not much, but enough that that's 6Z. So a little shift to the east. All depends on that front. How strong is this front? July? Kind of hard to imagine a front being that strong to break down the high that quick, but we'll see. We get windshield wiper effects, definitely, and that's my phone going off, by the way. So there you go, shift east. All right, so there's your latest 12Zs on Tropical Tidbits. Again, timing, so critical. 96 hours. So here you go. This is tomorrow, Saturday. Here's Sunday. Here's Monday and Tuesday. So it's coming quick. Could be Hurricane Elsa. All right, so the year. All right, here's all the models. All right, so let's go to your most aggressive model of them all. And then we're going to Tropical Tidbits. You can locate all Tropical Tidbits models here. I got them on my site on the very top left. I still think the GFS Euro and CMC are the big 3. You just kind of use those as a standby. And we have classic model disagreeing here. We have GFS West Coast Florida strong. We have Euro showing nothing, and we have CMC right down the middle. That's why the cone exists. All right, so here's what the GFS has been showing. Here's Sunday morning, 985. Definitely hurricane. I mean, if we have hurricane force winds now at 1,004 millibar, think about that. Every storm's got a story, and if we got a 1,004 millibar system now producing 75 mile an hour winds, maybe more, it could be a tricky little system if the pressure drops. We could get maybe some higher wind speeds. So here's Sunday morning, getting awfully close to Jamaica. You know, I'm a little surprised the NAC only has watches up for Jamaica, but they're the boss. But like I told people last night, if you're in Jamaica, pay attention. This could be tricky. So here's Sunday morning, entering afternoon, and here's Monday. There's Monday morning, 987. Stay south of Cuba. So this would be the worst case scenario for a developing system, to stay south of Cuba where the big mountains are, stay south of Hispaniola. There's a lot of warm water, which I should show. I'm not going to, because we're going to stick to the models right now. I got to turn my damn mute off. Every time I get notifications, the damn thing goes nuts. Mute. So now you might just hear vibration. It's a good vibration. So anyway, Cuba definitely. All right, Orlando. Let's see. I know everybody wants to know. Oh, we got a troll. That's good. Well, if this thing's a hurricane, you can come back and we'll still love you. Alright, so here's Monday morning on the GFS, and starts crossover. Now that western side of Cuba is flat, and not a lot of time over Cuba. Now remember Irma scooted across the north part of Cuba, and we also had a lot of dry air that got trapped in from the south. So it wasn't so much the land of Cuba, it was a combination of dry air, and it kind of bounced along the coast of Cuba. I've seen enough systems that, you know, shoot across Cuba, and they don't hang out there enough to let it affect it. So, you know, to me, the worst case scenario for Florida is this thing stays right what it's doing on the GFS, crosses Cuba on the western part, which is flat. We have a really, really, really warm Gulf Stream and loop eddy that, you know, it can blow right back up again. So, and we showed it yesterday. There's a weekend front coming down Saturday and Sunday. By this time, the front's going to be dissolving, and the shear will not be as much as it was over the weekend. So shear could be relaxed enough Monday, Tuesday with the warm water to allow this to intensify. So. That's if it stays south and takes a track like this. But anyway, here's the latest GFS. This is Tuesday morning, just west of the Keys, Tuesday morning, and 979. So really starting to develop. Here's overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, right off of Tampa Bay. There's Wednesday morning. Now this is the 6Z. This just ran. I missed it. I haven't looked at it yet. But you know, there it is, north of Tampa Bay, 977. So. I can't stress enough that if this pans out, you know, any storm that comes north of Tampa, even if it's a, you know, it's category 1, 2, and NAC is even talking about a potential 3 with the modeling. Surge is the big story, and I don't even want to I don't want to start showing surge maps yet, because that definitely creates panic. Just be aware, if you're in Tampa Bay area, south, north, the whole central west coast, down to Fort Myers, you know, surge is the big story on any system that passes by close, as we saw with Ada. Now, people are in the Outer Banks. Listen, this thing's going to curve. Here's Thursday morning, so you'll get effects. You know, it's going to be weakening, but for sure, spin up little tornadoes, heavy rains, right across Outer Banks, Virginia here on Thursday night. So definitely, people watching, you're going to get weather out of this as it starts to weaken. Now, if this thing tracks a tick to the east, you can expect this to actually maybe maintain strength here. So, you know, a small little shift. Now, I'm going to show you the CMC now. Well, let's go back to the overnight 00Z on the James Bond edition. So here's your overnight 00Z on the GFS. And again, it was actually a little bit to the west. But now we just saw a shift to the east. So, you know, but that's, you know, big systems like this don't stop and turn on a dime. Okay, this is a very strong high pressure system. It's going to be accelerating at a fast pace, and it's going to take its time to turn. It's not going to just stop and then do that. So, and why? Because of high pressure. It can't. High pressure is like a magnet. It's like got a force field around it. So there's just no way that this thing can stop. There's no blocking high pressure. We have a front coming down. We talked about this last week, actually, that if the front was coming, if we were to get something, the front was coming down, and that opens up the door, and usually blocks, all this area, so you guys are in the safe zone. Alright, so that's the GFS. Alright, let me show you the Canadian. Now let me show you the Euro. The Euro is, alright, let me tell you what's going on with the Euro. Euro did not do very well last year. A lot of Mets use the Euro religiously because it's always been #1. So last year, hurricane forecast started out rocky because everybody was going on the Euro. Euro didn't do very good at all, and it's not doing good this year. I don't know what's going on with it. And I guarantee the weak forecast that the Hurricane Center uses up to this morning is a blend. They have to keep in their mind. The Euro is saying nothing, the GFS, so they go right down the middle. But now the Euro, I'm going to show you, is starting to catch up on the ensembles. Yesterday there was no ensemble support on the Euro at all. Now the Euro is catching up, which makes me believe this is probably what's going to happen. Probably going to happen. Out of the blue, like the 12Z Euro is going to run today, and it's going to show a storm maintaining itself, and that's going to change everything, because I've seen the Euro flip-flop 180 all the time. If the Euro jumps on board, then we're going to have to really, take into account the possibility of hurricane impact in Florida, unless it crosses Hispaniola and eastern Cuba. That's what the NHC is stressing to everybody. But when you see the spaghetti models all staying south, we live and die by the models on the page. I mean, I gotta always remember that. I always have faith in the models, and that's why I started the page. So I'm not going to sway from it. We live and die by the models, and I'm going to show you my favorite model, the Hwarf. So, anybody, politics. I didn't say anything politics, did I? It might go right, it might go left. That's about it. So here's the latest Euro. So this is today. How's this even possible? So oh, it's right here. No, what the hell's going on here? It is so far off. Oh, today's Friday. Never mind. I'm a day off. All right. So see, Levi doesn't. His goes 24 hours. So anyway, here's what the Euro does. This is overnight tonight, 1009. It dissolves it. And let me show you a better one. Let me go to we got a little more timestamps here with this is a paid site that I use, so we get a little bit more timestamps on things. So let's go to here. Hopefully I'm streaming. Remember, I'm streaming on Wi-Fi. Nah, man, we don't get far enough down there. Nah, I gotta just use tropical Atlantic, even though it's gonna be hard to see. But we'll get the idea. It'll pop up here. All right, so look at that weak system. This is Friday 12Z right now on the Euro. This is predicted overnight, but the Euro, the little white dot down here, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't develop. It doesn't even develop it before Hispaniola, which is not. This is wrong. The Euro's wrong. There's no way that this thing, without any land interaction, is not going to do anything. So the Euro's just off, and then it just has it dissolve Sunday. It's gone. It's like not even there. So terrible. If it pans out, props. Everybody's wrong, but if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it must be a chicken or a pelican. So Euro's showing nothing, right? Good news, but I don't know. I would not. I'd just take that with a grain of salt. All right, your Canadian model. Here's what it's got. Keeps things developed. A little weak here, but it's going to catch up. See, they all initialize a little too high, 1008. It's actually 1004. They'll put the new data in from the Hurricane Hunters. So every time the Hurricane Hunters make a run, then they input new data for the models, and the models get adjusted. So So the CMC initialized a little weak. It's actually 1,004, but general path, here's that front over the weekend. This is Saturday. You can see the weakness, the high pressure starting to weaken a little bit. We're going to start pulling our system upwards a little bit. Now the big question is, how strong does the high build back in? This is the point where the Euro believes that it's just going to keep accelerating and get absorbed into the front. The CMC shows a little bit weaker system and actually keeps it on the east side of Florida. I wanted to bring that up because everybody from the East Coast keeps talking about, what about us, what about us? Well, look at that possible scenario. You know, not very many spaghetti models are showing it, but you know, it's always a possibility. You know, and this is what would happen with no land interaction with Florida. There's that chance here that we could see strengthening over that warm Gulf Stream. Now timing here would be Monday, here's Tuesday and Wednesday. So you know, definitely keep your eye on the East Coast. There's there's that outside chance this thing, but notice the trend here. We're not talking about any weird outliers over here. Everything seems to be, you know, trending that direction. So now let's take a look at, that's live satellite, by the way, on Weather Nerds. Definitely got some explosive cloud tops. In fact, let's take a look at visible satellite now, because we'll see some hot towers definitely popping. In fact, I'm going to go to a different radar site here in a second, but we'll see lots of convection. Yeah, I want to go to a different one real quick. I want to go to the Dew page. They have really good satellite, high resolution satellite. We can take a look at that. So we need to, well, we might even have a mesoscale. There it is, right there. Cool. So we got a, oh, that's not as healthy as I was thinking. Let's just see here. I think the sun's right over top of it right now, so we're not really getting the contrast yet. But it's flaring out, good outflow. It's beating all odds, moving 28 miles an hour. But like I showed earlier, the it's definitely very well stacked at all levels. So it's surprising, folks. Right? Common sense. Watch these things in real time, right? Alright, so what makes me think the Euro? Let's show you the Euro, then we're going to show you the Hwarf. So the European ensembles, I got a link here to Weather Nerds. You can look at them a lot of places, but I have them here. Now look, this is something that yesterday was non-existent. So yesterday the Euro ensembles weren't picking up on it. It actually said like, no, nothing. Look at now. So the Euro, like I was saying, is catching up. Catching up, meaning that we might get a surprise 12Z run this afternoon of a stronger system. And look, the two schools of thought on the Euro. Look, we have left camp, right camp. All right. So the Euro's been expecting this thing to get absorbed by that front, but look what we're getting. This is what I want to show you, is the trending of models is now suggesting the Euro is now catching up to the GFS as far as a stronger system trekking a little more to the west. High pressure not breaking down as much as it thought early and turning late over eastern Cuba. So this is a trend to watch. This is the Euro ensembles. Yesterday they showed nothing of this. They showed no storm at all. So the Euro is catching up to the GFS. And we can take a look at the GFS ensembles. Still clustering more in the Gulf, which is surprisingly to me, really. So there you go. GFS, even though our main operational spaghetti went to the east, the GFS ensembles are still teasing the Panhandle some in Upper Gulf. But those are outliers, I think. But again, I drew the line right down Whitney's house. I don't know if Whitney, you in here, buddy? So drew the line right here. Well, should have been like Louisiana. Everything always seems like it's Louisiana, right smack dab down the middle of the Gulf. So at this point, the intensity is what we're really questioning at this late in the game. And remember, stronger systems don't turn on a dime; they keep rolling. Very uncommon to have a strong cold front, and a weaker cold front will let this high pressure build back in, and you know, push our system a little bit more into the Gulf. High pressure seems like it's been the story of the season, for sure. So, all right, what else we got? Let me go to Twitter real quick, because the hurricane data is out there. I want to see what might be the latest on hurricane data, and then we'll slow down. Listen, so you know, in fact, oh, look at Bobby Storm. Hey, Bobby, they're listening to me. Look at it. I see you. All right, let's see if we got any new data. Nothing. So a little, you know, Alex, I like Borham here. Alex Borham, he's got a website, Cyclonic Weather. So nothing. Let's see. Nothing. Yeah, everybody, you know, displaced center. We know that, but I mean, just looking at the wind levels, though, it's not very displaced at all. I mean, we've seen storms that have been, you know, well displaced without much 850, 500 stacking, but you know, 850 might be a tick to the south, but that's expected. This thing is scooting along, hauling booty because of the high pressure. Once it gets here, it's going to slow down. And that is the warmest water on the planet right now for the tropics, right here. So this is your ocean heat content, and look at that. So when our system slows down, it's going to be entering the warmest warm water. That's what's got me a little concerned a little bit. So you know, as we see, no offense to the NAC, they always start off conservative. They have to. I don't know. What do you do? But you know, now we got a hurricane. So wasn't supposed to be a hurricane. Now it's a hurricane. What's it going to do when it hits these hot waters? You know, we saw a lot of systems over the year have a tight core seed, a lot of spin. This one's got a lot of spin, a lot of structure. I got to find the microwave loop when we get done. Oh gosh, let me see if I can find it real quick. I got it on another old site. I got a link of it. Let's see, Delta. No, I have to find it. No, maybe it's right here. Hold on. But the microwave imagery tells the story. Here it is. Let me see. Let me pull this link up here. All right. So here's a link to microwave imagery. And that was last year. Let me see if we can find the link to this year. Getting there. Well, I'll find it. Morphed images. They kind of changed some of their. Yeah, I'll find it. Post it as soon as we're done. Oh, here we go. Web. Here we go. So this is your microwave imagery, and it definitely tells the core of a system, regardless of centers and whatnot. But you can see, definite structure improving with Elsa. So there you go. There's that. I love having my laptop. All right, so anyway, Doug Graham, is that our coach? So let's see. Michael, I don't know if a nuke would help that or not, buddy. What do I expect for a category as it passes Cuba? Hey, Jim. Well, listen, if it misses land, you know, it could be a 2. It could be, oh, I didn't show the Hwarf yet. You could be in the 970 range. That could be borderline 2-3. Alright, so here's your latest, we haven't looked at Hwarf yet. So here's your Hwarf. Now last year the Hwarf did phenomenal with strength prediction. So for example, this would be Sunday, 977 pressure, just south of Cuba, right between Jamaica and Cuba, 977. The latest has it crossing a little bit more over Cuba now and getting close to the Keys here. Now we'll stop it right here. This is Monday night. Pressure 999. You know, if it hits Cuba, you know, it does a lot of land interaction like this, it's going to weaken. If it comes up and curves like that, there's a really small area of land here. Remember Irma last year kind of bounced. How did I end up here? Whoa. Where did Cuba go? Oh, I fast forwarded. Cuba's gone. So last year, well, not last year, Irma a couple years ago. Last year Irma came in more north, remember? And it kind of bounced along Cuba a while before turning. So that helped weaken it. So, you know, obviously the more land interaction, you get dry air ingested and you lose some of that structure. So the GFS is predicting more of a turn like that. And, you know, this thing does that, it'll weaken a little bit. So latest Hwarf anyways, Keys 999, and that would be Monday-ish. Going into Monday night. Here's going into Tuesday morning. Now Tuesday morning, look, starts to get a little reorganized. Warm water, and now we're down, you know, getting close to 980 millibar. This is Tuesday morning. Starting to get a little more structure, and there's Tampa Bay. So it doesn't do anything crazy. You know, 994. That's because of the land interaction with Cuba. So. But again, what we saw with Elsa was a tropical storm way off the coast, 60 miles off the coast of Pinellas County, and we had hundreds of homes flooded. Last night, 00Z. Now, this is where you can't just live and die with one model run. Let's go back to Cuba. Apparently we have somebody in Cuba here. Here's last night's 00Z, 969. Pressure, that's pretty dang strong. Remember, I keep telling everybody in Jamaica, just keep a close eye on this. You know, man, it's so close, but 957, strong. And here's what last night's 00Z did. Keeps it a little bit more south of Cuba, and like we talked about, less crossover. And here's Monday night. Here's Tuesday morning. And we're still at 990. Now watch, it's going to strengthen a little bit. 987, 987. It kind of maxed out at 987, 986. So that was last night's 00Z. So small shift, just like we saw with Charlie and others. You know, this far out. Just note the consistency of West Coast Florida right now that we're seeing. If the Euro jumps on board at 12Z, the whole internet's going to crash. If it jumps on with the GFS. But that was last night's run, and you know, 986 pressure, pretty dang strong. Not, you know, it's not a major there, but the NAC did mention that modeling are showing up to a Category 3 at least before land interaction with Cuba. So lots to watch down in the Caribbean, especially as it's developing tomorrow. Alright, so here's your latest Hwarf. Let's do the 18Z. We'll look at the last 3 runs of this and we'll just see what the 18Z. 18Z was way west. Very little crossover. And 978 out in the Gulf. So, you know, we're definitely seeing a trend with the Hwarf a little bit more to the east. Now, what we normally see over the years is this. You'll see this, 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 and then we start to see maybe a little wiggle back. You know, windshield wiper, boom, 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 good till it hones in. So stronger systems won't turn as much and will ride a little bit more along that Bermuda high. So the other model that I had pulled up was the Hmon, and it was the 6Z. It's not showing up. Am I online? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Here's the Hmon. This is the old GFDL. Not the best, didn't do great last year. It just seems like when it agreed with the Hwarf, confidence, it just builds confidence, right? Hey Jim, thanks for the stars. Beth, did I said something right? Now you got me conscious. I don't even want to say Caribbean. Yeah, 300 wide. It was 300 wide. We'll do that here. Here's the Hmon, by the way. So Hmon, Monday, 1,000 millibar, and it crashes a little bit more in South Florida. And there you go. So it's very, 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 you know, consistent. That was 6Z, 00Z. 00Z, is this 00? Let me make sure. I can't tell. Yes, no, that's still 6Z. We gotta upload it. It's not popping up. There we go. Oh, maybe it doesn't adjust over here. Okay. So yesterday's 18Z on the Hmon. Trying to load. The internet's decent. And there's your Hmon yesterday, a little wider. So you can see the Hmon's trending a little east, the Hwarf trending a little east. The only kicker in all this is the GFS ensembles are trending to the west. So what do? You go right down the middle. You go right smack dab over Mike Boland's house. Hey Amanda, so this year I really thought that the CMC did great last year. I don't really trust the Euro at all. I love the Hwarf as far as intensity goes. And the GFS, I'm starting to think, you know, they did the V16 last year, and now it's operational. So I think the GFS might be a little bit smarter. But here's the latest Hmon again. This was yesterday, 18Z. Everything's so close to Jamaica. They keep talking about the, you know, the mountains. The mountains will disrupt the storm. If the core stays over the water, then it'll bounce back. They always do. It would take the core, and we saw a storm last year. I can't even remember the name of it, but one of our stronger systems last year went straight across Hispaniola, came right back, didn't even bother it. So I've learned over the years, as long as this thing has strong vorticity on all the levels, then it's called a seed. It's Cape Verde seed, they call it. When it has that Cape Verde seed, then it'll bounce back quick. It's already got that mean look, spinning away. So I'm curious about the wind gusts. They had 100 mile-an-hour wind gusts reported in Barbados not too long ago. Barbados is the island here out in the front. How about Alexis? Is she here? She's a fan of ours. All right, everybody wants to know the size. Let's take a look at the size. And listen, everyone. You know, we're camping, and I think our coverage is about as best as it's been. We didn't go live Monday, Tuesday because this was not really developing. So I made sure yesterday or Wednesday to run out and buy all my supplies to go live. So, you know, part of me is guilty being here, but I think I've been providing good info. And if you don't think it's the same, then it's because we're not home. But thank goodness for the internet. So we're kind of back to normal. The graphics aren't as sexy. And as Whitney says, girth size matter. Surge maps. Yep, Shelly, it's a little too early for surge maps. Well, maybe not. So Sierra's got a site right here. Coastal Emergency Risk Assessment. It is right here, located on your right side of the screen. Now they actually will it's probably updated now with the cone. So let's take a look at this. Let me close some things out. I'm going to leave that up because I got to link it. We got that up. We got that up. I got to close things down. I don't want to crash my internet. That's a big file though. I'll tell you what, I need to save it. I wish I could stop it. Oh well, it's already loaded. So, all right. So here's your coastal surge. Oh my God, there's an error. How's there an error? Let's try again. Oh, please no. I accept the data you're giving me. All right. So some preliminary surge values. Now I don't trust them this far out at all. So I would not trust anything yet. But you know, if this thing does track, where this is the NHC official line, if it does track over, you know, Bradenton and Manatee, Sarasota counties, counterclockwise flow, you know, we're going to see the greatest risk for storm surge as our core goes north. That would mean a little, you know, less chance of surge for Tampa Bay. This thing tracks a little bit to the west. Huge difference in surge. It's all about these squall lines when they come in counterclockwise. So, and you know, as we saw with Irma, I need to put this out here. If this thing continues to grow, we had incredible. When Irma was down here, we had crazy surge all the way up the East Coast, and I had stories of people that evacuated and went to hotels that woke up to flooded parking lot. Their cars flooded. They had no idea. Storms down here, surge all the way up there, and I guarantee somebody in our chat room is going to bring up a story. Counterclockwise flow. Think about it. Everything. That's when we had the water escape Tampa Bay. Remember all the water here along the west coast, pictures up and down Florida. Man, my knee hurts. Had water blown out of the coastal areas. Now Irma was big, it was wide, but let me tell you what, this little guy's got that in the making, because we got a lot of moisture. There is dry air around, but not a lot. A lot of moisture out ahead, man. I mean, living here in Florida, we've had nothing but massive rains these last few days. There's little disturbances popping up everywhere. Lots of moisture out there. Lots of moisture. Here's that front coming down. You can see it. That little bit of dry air is dissolving out in front. So it just got all this moisture that it can work with. So the front will introduce some shear. However, as we showed yesterday, I don't think it's going to be that big a factor. And this is why the front's, well, we can show you this too. The front's going to dissolve the time that Elsa gets to the Gulf. It's not going to dissolve, it's going to still be there, but here's Monday. So our front by Tuesday's gone. So the front's a bigger deal now. And let's look at some upper level shear maps here on tropical tidbits. So you go to upper dynamics, 200 to 850 is the normal, just kind of give you an idea of what's going on all levels. But here's the weekend front. That red area is a lot of shear. You can see the wind barbs west to east. and there's our dip in our front. This is Saturday, but notice our system's way down here, not going to feel it. All this does is basically push our high pressure system a little bit, opening up a door for this to pull northward. And by Sunday, here's Sunday, the shear is relaxing. And then we got a little leftovers on Monday, Tuesday, but you know, the big stuff's going to be gone. That's what makes me think that as soon as this thing crosses over Cuba, you know, we might have a little bit of strengthening to watch and worry about. Smokey, I know, I apologize for that. I can't control all those ads. So anyway, all right, so there's that Sierra map. I'll link that a little better. Microwave map, I'll update. Remember, every link that you need I got on the site here. Big thanks to National Hurricane Center and National Weather Service. Big thanks to Tropical Tidbits, Levi. Big thanks to Matt at Weather Nerds. They let me post all their stuff. They like to get the information out, so I try to share it with them. So I'll be updating frequently. The next big update's in about 30 minutes from the NHC, and we're going to see if they discuss any more about. Let's look at two things. So probably the most important graphic, if you really want to know what's going on, the key messages. Key messages from the NHC right here underneath ELSA. They tell you the nitty-gritty, everything you need to know. And for Florida, let me just show you what they say. I know you can't probably read it there. We can make it smaller, but Florida, there's a risk of storm surge, wind, and rainfall impact the Keys, portions of Florida Peninsula early next week. The forecast uncertainty remains larger than usual due to ELSA's potential interaction with land. Florida should monitor progress. So it's kind of the same old, really. There's always I don't think I've ever seen a forecast that said we are certain about this, certain about this forecast. So big questions remain. But we all know how, you know, let's look at this thing in real time. That's what I wanted to do. Let's go to Weather Nerds. Oh, how did I get off my damn... I never even did visible satellite. But here's a current look on Weather Nerds. And, oh, we're going to look at the size. Let's do that. Let's zoom out. Let's take a look at the size of... If I say Irma, I apologize. Elsa. All right, so here's the look. Very impressive system for going 28 miles an hour. Well, let's see what we got. Yesterday, oh, I got to go up here to see it. Where is it? Where's my cheat sheet? It's not popping up. Oh, there it is. 460 miles. Holy cow. I know you can't see the whole thing. Well, I can make the screen smaller, I guess. A little better. Right there. Okay, so this technically has gotten bigger. It was 300 yesterday. Wow. 400 miles. That's pretty hefty. 370. I mean, that, you know, that's stretching. But look at that. 450 miles. 420 miles. 405 miles. So 400 miles. That's big. That's very big. So let me zoom out just to give an idea. Let's pretend. Whoops! I got to turn the measure tool off. How do I do that? Refresh. All right. So let's zoom in to our Florida here and just give an idea. 400 miles. What it looks like. Now, this little guy is nothing. It's just a disturbance. But we're going to show you what 400 miles looks like. So there's 400 miles, the pink line. There's 400 miles. So you can easily, you know, people on the East Coast are asking me what our effects are going to be. Well, there you go. I mean, if it does take this path 400 miles, now remember that's 400 miles wide. So you want to draw 200 miles actually, but you get the idea. That's 400 miles wide. So the whole peninsula could definitely feel the effects for sure. 400 miles wide. That's pretty big. All right. So Anyway, it's big, Whitney. Yes. Sarah, you ready for bacon? Yeah. She loves bacon. We haven't showed the doggies in a while. Louie, come here. We have to show the puppies. So all our new people, I have to show you the dogs. Dogs are semi-famous. All right, let me get them. I gotta stretch my legs. Don't leave. I have to show you puppies. I got pants on. Where, guys? Come here. Come here. Come here, little boys. So the dogs are famous. Come here, little guy. All right. So here's our boys. Louie is about. This is Louie's third hurricane season. Yeah, I gotta move my coffee cup. This is Louie's third hurricane season. Say hi, everybody. He usually says hi every morning. He's like, where's the camera? The camera's usually over here. It's right here, buddy. Look, there it is, right there. Look, right there. Look. Oh, I'm probably dark too. Oh, I'm kind of morbid. I gotta turn the lights on. So this is Louie, by the way. Big fan of the page. A lot of fans have met Louie over the years. He's a good boy, right? You a good boy? You like looking at the screen? All right, let me show you Hunter. Man, I didn't know the camera was so dark. Oh, I got it on automatic lighting. Louie's so white that it tricked the camera, right? And this is a little Hunter. This is a little guy. You all named him on our page last year. He was named by Mike's Weather Page fans. We named him Hunter. Right? Because you're a hurricane hunter. You like to fly hurricanes? He's full grown, by the way. He's 9 pounds. Look at that. 9 pounds 11. So they're ready to get back home so we can work a little better. Alright. Oh man. I told Julie and Shelly, I said the good thing about our camping trip is I've have not intaked a lot of adult beverages. So hey Stephanie, one day you'll get it. No, Peggy, we haven't got kicked out yet. Funny story though, yesterday, I don't know if I can play it. It's kind of funny actually. Let me show you here real quick what happened last night. So we're gonna save the big fireworks for Saturday night. So the funny thing happened last night. So I thought I bought a box of sparkly fireworks. I saved the big mortars for Saturday night. So I told Emily that she could light this one off. I thought it was just going to be like the shower of sparks. This is so funny. Watch. It wasn't. Listen to it.
Whoa, shit. Oh, shit.
That's not what it was. You said that's not what it was.
She ran away. She thought we were going to get thrown out. She was like, oh my God, Dad, you're going to get us thrown out of here. That was funny. We're not in the Keys, Peggy. We're in Lake Wales. And it's rained here every single day, every single hour. It's bubbling again, but we got a little more sunshine. So, spaghetti, Kristen, heck yeah. These are your latest 12Zs. They just came out. These are your latest spaghetti models. Now, a couple things to note. You know, my gut feeling is definitely a strengthening system, stronger than a tropical storm. And it might be more the southern half of Florida curve. Stronger the system eventually kind of make up their own rules and want to go this way. But we have a lot of GFS ensembles still showing the panhandle, but kind of outliers. The CMC is going on the East Coast, kind of the outlier. CMC is doing that. So, you know, I'd keep one eye open here, one eye open here. I'd keep this is a one eye forecast here, one eye, and this is a two eye, a two eye forecast. So if you live anywhere here in Florida, this is two eyes. Right there, that's two eyes. And this would be one eye. One eye. There, look at that. John Madden ain't got nothing on me. Crazy, huh? Alright, what's my phone doing here? Nothing. Alright. Alright, so we'll sign off. Listen, hey, a lot of y'all don't know this. I'm not trying to sell anything, but I do have an app, and people told me it was very helpful for them when they lost power. So, you know, it costs a lot to upkeep. It's $1 a month for me, or that's what I charge, but cancel anytime. If you don't like it, email me, I refund. I don't care, you know, no hard feelings. But you can watch the Daily Brew on there. In fact, I went back to YouTube option. I think they might have got it fixed. But anyway, Mike Flare Page app, and the Daily Brew now hopefully is working. The YouTube is giving me trouble. So you can always go on the app and watch the Daily Brew. Hopefully, yeah, it's working, look. So you can watch it live. Let me hit play. Hey, Hunter's fixing to bark. Why is my volume not working? Hey, Julie. Dog. Where's my volume at? Where is my volume? Why is my volume not working? Oh, that's because it's old.
Impressive.
There we go.
I don't really want to talk about it, but we got to talk about it. Look at this. The wave.
So anyway, but it's come in handy. It's got all your links and stuff on there too. So anyway, all right. So we'll be live later. I'll do a supporter video in the afternoon, probably after the Euro comes out, about 3-4 o'clock. We'll do another live tonight. Not sure what time. Probably around 9 again. We're gonna eat before that, probably 7, 8. I don't know, but we'll do live tonight. We'll be live in the morning for sure.
Shrimp boil.
Shrimp boil tonight. We're doing a shrimp boil. And just stay alert, you know. This thing is Sneaky Elsa. Sneaky Elsie. Sneaky Elsa. Everybody wants to know about that crank radio. All right, let me look at it. Let's pull it up. Everybody's curious about that radio. Amazon. I can look at my history here and pull it up. And we can look at, nope, that's not it. Hold on. Oh, I might have to, oh, I'm not signed in. Let's see, emergency crank radio. I forgot I'm on a laptop, so I don't have my Amazon logged in. But it'll pop up. It's red. Get the red one. There she is. $16.99. Look at that. I keep it in my truck. Oh, you just gotta watch your ship date because you don't want to get it after the storm. But I'm in Lake Wales. It probably comes here via horse and buggy. Doc Brown re-rolling up, trading chickens for health care. So, all right. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. As always, we appreciate all the supporters, all the big support. You know, all this YouTubers. We got people on Twitter and Instagram now. A lot of new folks. Hopefully, you're getting a lot of great information from our site. We have a lot of great fans. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Most people will answer them. I got the most funniest complaint yesterday. Shelly sent me. Apparently, when I said here's a tropical quickie on Elsa, that was offensive. Quickie now is the offensive word. But we've been doing these tropical quickies for years. Never had anybody tell me it was offensive. So if I offend anybody, I apologize. Alright, so 11 o'clock advisory coming out. Hurricane hunters are out there flying around right now. The center is definitely there. Pretty strong wind gusts northeast quadrant. But we'll see. They're going to be using all this data here come the 11 o'clock advisory. I'm really surprised the pressure is not any lower for those kind of wind speeds. It's very odd. 1004 millibar with, you know, hurricane force winds, very odd. Every storm's got its own little niche, odd thingy, for sure. So let's go to the page real quick. Let's see what they're saying on. Yeah, don't say moist, Ashlyn. Let's go to the community side real quick. I always share what people are saying. Internet's probably struggling a little bit. Let me close some stuff. I closed my. I have to find my microwave imagery. Or I can go back to history and look at closed tabs. Oh, there we go. Look at that, Jeremy Curtis. Hurricane Elsa. She's kind of cute. If I was into cartoon figures, I'd be dating Elsa. She's kind of hot. Tony Bernard, thanks for the props there. Hurricane prediction. Somebody, Gary, I'll go back and watch it. There we go. This is a funny meme. Coming soon to a beach near you. That's Elsa and our buddy Jim Cantori. Thank you for the share, Kim Moore. Hey, look at this. That's me. That is Ian. That was at Tom and Dan's party. There's Sarah. Well, look at that. That's crazy. I met some fans of Tom and Dan Land Cruise. Thanks. Benjamin posting that weather things. Elsa's a hurricane. Thanks for the shout out, Adrian Haynes. Kim Paris, thanks for the lucky enough. Thank you. So cool. All right. So we'll be back live later for sure, and we will announce it hopefully what time. Let me pull my page back up real quick, and that's it. Any more questions? Victoria, yeah, I met Tam and Dan. Tam and Dan. Tam and Dan. It's Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan is Weather Channel is showing pressure at 995. Brian. That is interesting. Where are they getting that data from? I wonder. I don't know. That would be low. Oh, it is 995. Okay, well this. So you're right, Brian. So they officially it's 995. I'm going off what the hurricane hunters found. So that would make more sense, but it could be a guess too. I mean, they might have just, based on the wind speed, they might have just predicted 995, but the hurricane hunters are finding a little higher, which is interesting. That's what I mean. It's very odd to see 1,004 millibar. But anyway, all right. What else you guys saying? So, happy 4th, Ashley. Yes. See you, Eric. What's up? We'll see you later. Yeah, happy 4th of July, by the way, for sure. Never planned we'd be tracking potential hurricane into Florida on July 4th. Maybe NASCAR was smart. We would be at Daytona right now with no internet. Oh, there you go, Whitney. Yep, I saw it, but yeah, I know. I'm sure they put it right here. And we have a cool link here I have to show you guys. This International Meteorology Database, if you guys remember Casper Tropical Weather Threat Society, they have a great page that I have linked to my site. And you can get individual weather. Barbados has got their own weather station, and their radar is very slow right now. I got one snapshot earlier today, but obviously they're getting hit pretty hard. So as we get more into the Caribbean, you can get more individual information on actual weather sites. And let's see if we can pull it up one more time. This is Barbados. We'll see if that's loading up pretty good. So there's a current radar. Barbados, the little island in front of the islands. It's the island in front of the islands. It's the first island. And the eye pass just to the south. But they definitely got the heavy stuff. That's where we got 100-mile-an-hour plus wind gusts earlier. Probably that band right there. Cool. All right. Well, that's it. I got to cook bacon. 11 o'clock advisory coming out soon. We'll see if there's a new track update Always read a discussion from the NHC if you really want to know what they're thinking. I have that link right here, NHC discussion. You know, people in Florida, just be aware. You know, I think they're being conservative on their intensity forecast. If this thing stays south and takes a short trip across Cuba, then, you know, we got the warm Gulf Stream. It's going to hit first, and then of course the Gulf's warm. Doesn't appear like there'll be a lot of shear. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of dry air. So prepare for the worst. Hopefully we get nothing. Prepare, what I mean is be ready. You know, sneaky hurricane comes up. We don't want anybody caught off guard. So now's the time. Get that gas, get some water, get some bread, get toilet paper, and we'll see you later. Have a great day. Happy Friday. It is Friday, right? You waiting on me? You come say hi? Come over here. Come say hi. Sarah wants to say hi, so we'll leave with Sarah. Sarah's a little slow. She got to take the got to put the recliner down. We're going swimming, Sarah. Come on now, stretch later. Get your butt over here. Cheese and crackers. What are you doing? You walk so slow. All right, look in the camera. There's Sarah. Look right there. See? Say hi. Say watermelon sugar. Hi. She's my biggest fan. Right? Yep. Yeah. Every time there's a storm cloud, she goes out there with her phone and say, "Daddy, go live. Talk weather." Right? Yeah. So
She says you talk too much.
Then she says I talk too much. I'm the only one that can talk for an hour and a half without gasping for air. Alright, so everybody, we'll see you later. Say be safe down there. Pay attention. 11 o'clock advisory coming out. We don't want a hurricane sneaking into Haiti there and Dominican Republic. Possibly Jamaica feeling a little bit more than they thought too. So stay alert. We'll see you later. Alligator.